Welcome to GR-TECHMIND, and today we are going to see about the variables and data types. So, in Python, variables and data types are the really fundamental concepts that play a crucial role in how we store and manipulate the information in the programs that we do. So, what are these variables and data types? Let us see. These variables are always used to store and manipulate the data in a program, right? So, they act as a symbolic names for values or the data, and they can be changed or updated during the program's execution. So, we see in Python, we can able to easily create a variable by simply assigning a value to a name. Say, for example, if you consider x equal to 42, see, x is the variable and 42 is the data type that we have taken in the integer format, right? So it creates a variable named x with the integer value 42. So here, variable name should follow certain naming rules, such as the starting with letter or an underscore, and they are always case sensitive. Always remember they are variables are always case sensitive. So the capital V is there and small v is there. These both are different variables. Okay. Now coming to data types. Data types define the kind of data that can be stored in a variable, right? So here you can see x is a variable and 42 is the data type of integer, right? Integer data type. So we are storing that in a variable. So Python is dynamically typed language, which means you don't need to declare the data type explicitly. It's determined automatically based on the value assigned to the variable. So if you take x equal to 42, separately you no need to mention that it is an integer format. Automatically it will take it and consider that this is the format of integer. Okay. Now let us see some common data types in Python, and we will find out integers, strings, boolean, list, tuple, dictionary, set, none type. So they and also float. Here it is. Okay, this is how the data types looks like. Now coming to the basic understanding of the coding perspective, let us see how we are going to declare the variable. Okay, name equal to alias. So here name is the variable, alias is in the format of string, right? Data type is in the format of string. Age is another variable, and 54 is in the format of integer data type, right? So let us try to print. If we print, we will get alias and 54. But if anyone wants to know the type of alias and the type of integer, I mean the data type, simply just put type of it, type of name, and over here, type of age. Okay, so let's run this and we'll check out. See, name of type means nothing but it is in the format of string and age is in the format of integer. So if you wanted to know the data type of each and every variable that has been stored, the value related to the data type like string, integer, float, whatever it might be, then you can just put type function and you can find out. Okay. Now string variable, this is in the form of string. So I have mentioned it like this. String variable looks like this. Integer variable looks like this. Float variable looks like this. Boolean looks like this. And one small thing that I would like to mention over here is that always remember you should not put small t or small f, because small t, if you put and if you run it, it will show you an error. You always follow already built-in functions are there. So just follow whatever has been mentioned and use those cases only. So is valid if you put and run true, it will take it. Okay. Now list variable. List is in the form of square brackets. Okay. And tuple variables will be in the form of open and closed brackets. Now dictionary variable is in the form of flower brackets. Set variable also same, but the difference between these two is that in dictionary you will find a key and values, Okay. But in set variable, you will have only unique numbers. Though if the list or whatever it might be, though a set contains duplicates, when you print those numbers, it will just return the numbers which are not repeated. Say I have taken 7, 8, 9 already in this, right? But again, I have taken 7, 8, 9 over here. If I run this, I will get only the unique numbers. So always remember that the set variables, which having a variables inside the values, will always gives you unique values. None type. Same like true and false, you have to consider capital N over here. You should not take small n. None means having no value over here. Okay, so no variables. Now, conversions. Variable type conversion. Say for example, you want so and so data type to consider and convert that to another data type. How do you do that? Let us check. I'm storing integer data type in number variable, and I want that integer with data type to string. Then I will just simply put into the form of string of that variable. I will just convert it using str and put that number over here. Then print type of that number, you will get integer. Starting number type is integer. Later, after converting string number to string, means from integer to string, and if I consider the type of it, I will get string only. Similarly, you can convert from string to integer, float to integer, integer to string, string to float, and so on. Okay, string to float may not be possible because strings are always in the format of text, and float or integer may not be possible because it always considers values, means integer format. Okay, and yeah, now coming to complex number variable, it will be in the format of this, and when you run this, you will get it in this format. Okay. Now, list of mixed data types. So till now we have seen different data types separately. But if you consider a list, and inside a list, if you put integer data type, string data type, Boolean data type, float data type, and if you run this to check the type of the list which you have taken, you will get a list. I'll just tell you, if you consider this and run, you will get list type since you have taken in list. But inside a list, you have various data types involved in it. So to check each and everything, simply put this and find out. So this is one is in the position of 0 index, right? And this is in the first, this is in the second, and this is in the third. So if you want to check each and everything, you can just put 0 and run this. See, one is in the form of integer. Now I want to check the first string type. Then I will put 1 over here because it's in the position of 1. See, it's in the format of string. Now if I want to check for this one, true, I should get bool. See, I got that bool. And the last is float, right? So let me check. See, we got in the format of float. So together, if you want to check, it will be in the form of, list, right? And now let's try something new and check. What should I get now? Yeah, tuple. I have just changed the brackets and I got it in the format of tuple. Now if I put square brackets, let us check now. Set, fine. We cannot try with the dictionary because dictionary should always have a key and value. Okay. Now, string slicing. You have taken a text, which is nothing but the Python programming, and is in the format of string data type. Now, I want to do something experiment related to it. And that we call it as a slicing. So, substring equal to I have taken. Of that text, I want the text from so and so value starting from so and ending till so and so. Let us print. So it starts from 2, ends till 9. So it starts from 2, means 0, 1, and 2. Means it should start from T. Yes, it got it from T. And it should end till 9, means before the index, means 8th index, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even you have to consider the space. Okay, 6, 7, 8. Means till R I should get. I have mentioned it 9, but it should print till O, right? Why did it print till R? Always remember, n is to n minus 1th index, it will consider always. Okay. Now coming to variable concatenation, meaning you have to concatenate, means you have to join some values together. Okay. Always remember, take first name and second name. Now, full name you want to combine it together, you can just simply write it first name plus last name. But if you consider first name plus last name, you won't be having any space here. It will just combine both. Like, let me run and show you so that you will understand. See, there is no space involved over here. So that's the reason you have to just use the space between the names and then you run it. You will get it in this format. Okay. Now coming to Boolean expression, using less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to symbols, we can run with the help of all these variables which are been stored with different integer data types or any data type it might be. And there you can see what is the result. It will always give you either true or false. So since it is false over here, let's make it true and run this. Let us see. See? Okay. Now coming to list comprehension. You have considered a list. Okay. Now you want the inside elements to get squared. How do you do that? Simply we can put x double star 2. Why only 2? Because we need only square of that numbers. If you want cube of that numbers, you can put 3. If you want fourth number, then you can put 4. And similarly, you can include how many numbers you want, how many times you want to perform the operation. You can do it by yourself, whatever the number you want to do. Okay. So since I have given 2, it will return me with 1 square, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, and 6 square is 36. And why did I use for loop? Because since I know the number of elements which have been involved in the list, that's the reason I have used for. Many people used it to use while, because on that time we may not be knowing the values which have been involved in the list. Okay. Moving on to the next, variable swapping without a temporary variable. Means we don't be using any temporary variable over here. We will just use same variables which have been declared, and with those variables we'll consider and shift the variable values. If you have taken a value as 8, I want a value to be b and b value to be a. So my a value would to be 6 and b value should be 8. So a comma b equal to b comma a. This is the logic that we considered for swapping the variable without using any temporary variable. And finally, you print the value of a and you will get it 6 comma 8. Now, name the tuple variable. It's just a function that I have used it. If you want, you can also use this kind of format where you will get the values of all those things in this